Hi there, and welcome to She Spice. The year has so far been unpleasant for Kevin Hart, as big names and industry players maintain releasing messy mysteries about the 44-year-old comic. First, it was Cat Williams who told the entire world that Hart was an industry plant and an individual from the mysterious association The Illuminative. Then Monique got into a sticky situation, specifying the jokester. Obscure dealings in the business, the disclosures shook the business. And pretty much when we thought the flares were vanishing, entertainer and filmmaker imprint Wahlberg obviously added more gas. Restoring the perishing ashes. The word on the road proposes that the Dad Stew entertainer has joined the developing rundown of celebs uncovering Kevin Hart. By uncovering a few frightful privileged insights that were until now not conscious of the public, these mysteries have sent the web into overdrive, with many contemplating whether the comic's vocation would endure these slew of charges. What did Wahlberg say, and how might it influence Kevin Hart's profession? I have all the 401, so snatch some popcorn. It will be a delicious story, as per the Grain Plant imprint. Wahlberg claims that Kevin wanted to ridicule and slander the matured. The tattle says that Kevin Hart would snicker at individuals who were 50 or older and wouldn't feel any regret. Many individuals, particularly those in the African American population and others of variety, have respect for the old. They are viewed as experienced patriarchs and matrons whose shrewdness is unrivaled. It is an implicit no to ridicule the old, since advanced age is an objective that everybody would reach on the off chance that they lived long enough. In addition, advanced age is seen as a gift on the grounds that very few individuals accomplish it before they tumble off the outer layer of the earth. Therefore, ridiculing the old was discourteous as well as viewed as untouchable to this end. Kevin's activities are seen and deciphered in a terrible light, adding insult to injury. The greater part of the older individuals who he's consistently disregarded or savaged turned out to be visitors on his show. These visitors were noticeably he was upset when the comic ripped into their ages, however, he wouldn't stop. Imprint himself endured Kevin Hart's lack of regard when the entertainer ridiculed his age during his experience on the show. The celebrated activity star talked about his profession, his accomplishments, his objectives, and where he saw himself in 2 or 3 years anyway. Exemplary Kevin Hart ridiculed his age, which clearly didn't go down well with the entertainer. Imprint attempted to keep the meeting light and humorous, yet spread the word about his sentiments. Many fans who could peruse between the lines understood that the entertainer was getting down on Kevin Hart on his own show. During the meeting, Kevin Hart described himself as a youthful person attempting to make the progress that you've proactively accomplished, to which a noticeably disturbed Wahlberg answered, "You ain't that effing youthful, quit effing with everyone that is somewhat more seasoned," understanding his error. Hart attempted to backtrack, however, Wahlberg helped him remember how he wore Cheal. When he showed up on his show, he told Hart that he was a legend, and you filthy him like that. Evidently, Wahlberg realized that Hart was partial to deriding any individual who came on his show and was without a doubt more established than him. However, the entertainer was disturbed, so he relaxed and permitted the meeting to stream without showing his feelings. Where Cheal had recently shown up on a similar show to discuss Hollywood, his vocation, and his individual life. When he referenced his age, Kevin Hart went damn, to which Cheal got stunned and checked out at Kevin with a stoic expression. He stopped for a couple of moments to let Kevin's response hit home, which constrained the humorist to apologize for his slip-up. Chadley attempted to pull it together, yet the words couldn't simply stream out of his mouth. Kevin then made sense that it was an idea, "I proclaimed it, but I didn't mean it that way." Where then guaranteed he was fine. However, he mentioned a survey to decide if the humorist implied his words or he was kidding. "We'll take a survey on how you implied it with individuals here after the show goes live," to which Kevin Hart answered, "I can sit up here and say pal, that was from a position of affection anyway." Cheal wouldn't buy Hart's clarification if we could play it back right now. There was no similar to wow. Kevin attempted to play shrewd by guaranteeing that he said the word damn without focusing on it, yet Cheal countered that you focused on the word damn. The two men dismissed it at the time, but many fans accepted that Ware was simply being an honorable man and didn't have any desire to begin a fight with the entertainer. Many even praised him for taking care of the circumstances well by showing his development. Where Cheal is so alluring to me, it's simply the manner in which he assumed command and proceeded with like a genuine expert and example worth following. He is loved by him generally, another additionally appeared. Where's look was reality, he looks great, he's as yet youthful anyway. Others, like Wahlberg, felt that Kevin was being deceitful, which is the reason he called him out on his show. One fan wrote, "Thank you, Mr. Wahlberg, for supporting Mr. Che's inheritance. The man did Rosewood for the love of God," one more disappointed fan remarked, and the 56-year-old Daybreak is an extraordinary entertainer. Kevin, you might have more cash, but you won't ever come near him. With my regard, Imprint Wahlberg has a lot of regard for calling Kevin out. I likewise love the manner in which Imprint Wahlberg went to bat for Daybreak and assisted Kevin with putting his foot within his own mouth. One day, another fan said his brother passed his 40s discussing youthful people with 50-year-olds. Imprint was on the right track to check on him. One more thrilled analyst wrote curiously that this wasn't the initial time Imprint Wahlberg took Kevin Hart on for demonizing more seasoned individuals. The last time the activity star thrashed Kevin Hart was the point at which the comic involved Imprint's dear companion, 61-year-old Michael Jordan, as material for one of his jokes. The event was a foundational occasion facilitated by the b-ball legend, and Kevin was welcome to engage the crowd. He then, at that point, welcomed the entertainer in front of an audience to do his thing, yet Kevin was attempting to get the crowd going frantic to laugh uncontrollably. In the group, the jokester tossed a leap of faith by singling out Michael Jordan. He even understood what he was going to say could set off the previous Chicago Bulls star, yet at the same time went on, notwithstanding. Mike may actually be distraught at me. Genuine story. He started. Mike had a cause occasion in Las Vegas. They called me and believed I should have the occasion. I arrived to have the occasion. It's something where they're similar to unloading things. It's a truly close group. Everyone's neck was truly straight, so I get up there. Hello man, relax, loosen up, you're here to live it up. So as I'm saying stuff, I lock eyes with Mike in the first column, and I begin prodding him. Kevin Hart went on to drop the stunner, ridiculing the 61-year-old Jordan for his dress sense and, as expected, his age. What age do you get to where it's okay to wear your jeans that high and no one tends to it? Hart said he kidded about Jordan to the swarm. All of you can't see me that Mike's passed as far as possible for squander. It was fun jokes, although the humorist cum entertainer guaranteed that it was all tomfoolery and jokes. He didn't quit ridiculing the ball lobby of famer this time. He went for his looks. He had the little square mustache at the time. Hart expressed what seems to be a thumbprint, like you recently smelled something and no one's snickering. It reached the place where no one's chuckling, he's gazing directly, and he's really giving me an appearance as though you're going to continue to go like you won't stop anyway. The comic continued to go despite the fact that the group wasn't feeling his jokes and was all the way out of sync with him. I don't mind. I'm living it up. I was chuckling. Hart said I could possibly have been plastered at the time I hit him with one more, and no one said anything. The comic then described Michael Jordan's response to his joke, suggesting that the game's legend probably wouldn't have been content with what went on. It moves past, and I see him, and I'm similar to what went on. Mike, hello, he shook my hand and pressed it genuine hard, and he was like, you have a decent day. I haven't seen him since the entertainer closed. Like all extraordinary companions who have heard their partners being derided and transformed into the butt of jokes, Imprint Wahlberg chose to go to bat for his companion Michael Jordan. The activity star pursued Kevin Hart in an entertaining manner to guarantee that they actually kept up with the expert relationship they created during the shooting of Personal Time. Anyway, we don't know whether Kevin Hart valued Imprint Wahlberg's words or deciphered them as a slight on his personality. It happened when the two entertainers went sneaky shopping with the YouTube channel Complex. When they happened upon an assortment of shoes planned by Michael Jordan, Wahlberg had a few options for Kevin Hart. He highlighted the entire shoe assortment and reminded Kevin that he hadn't accomplished a portion of what the b-ball star had accomplished. If you consider it, if you somehow happen to come here today and see, I mean all that he's made, all that he enlivened, you ain't said the last one standing entertainer. The camera panned to Kevin's face to catch his responses, and the man figured out how to grin, yet it was obvious that all wasn't well with the comic anyway. Wahlberg never tended to think about what his co-star was feeling, and on second thought, he attacked him much more. You haven't done anything. You got no arbitrary store. You can stroll in, and it's only about you haven't done anything. You haven't sat idle yet. I feel as though I feel like I haven't done anything. Kevin Hart immediately understood that imprint. Subscribe She Spice for more videos.